Well, let's do a video. I haven't done one in a while. Today is Saturday, so August is just about wrapped up, and let's see where we're standing these days. This bed's been lowered down a good bit, and no tomatoes on here, just some blooms. Probably not going to grow this variety next year, this super steak one. Not as productive. Over here though, big beef. Just keeps on working. Some of these leaves got some problems, but you can see this vine just snakes around all the way back over there. Got some on here, so we're still kicking. So look, pumpkin ended up getting borers, not in the main stem, but up here where it was coming out. Is this one? But further on down the line, when it was running through here, leaves started dying, and I started checking, and I started finding borers in the vine itself. So to those people that think that wrapping with tinfoil is the total answer, not here, not where I live. Maybe where you live, but not here, unfortunately. And if you look over here, you can see some damage in these holes in here, where these pesky critters are inside this thing right now as we speak. Possibly some holes where they come in and out. I don't see any damage down here. Get rid of that. But anyway, may not be getting any zucchini off of this plant. Battling these guys too, these little things here, and get rid of him. They eat the leaves all up. This bell pepper, we got some nice ones off of it. These are a little bit smaller compared to what we were getting. This one's starting to show signs of turning yellow, which is nice. But nice big old stalk on there. Doing pretty good. So let's look at some of the other stuff. Planted a few more new cucumbers in here. All the other ones died off, and that's what we got going here. These zinnias are played out. We leave these seed heads on for the birds. They love them, especially the goldfinches. Most of these tomatoes are played out. Just a couple left on here. Still looking healthy on this one. Most of them got disease and faded big time. So over here we've got a few sunflowers. The squirrels got a lot of these and destroyed them. Some of these little bugs on here, they love sunflowers. Let's look at this head on here. See what it looks like. It's just a little one. That got broken off. This one's pretty cool though. Nice. Some tomatoes on there. A little better focus on it. This one's called Kong, and it's supposed to get pretty big, but it didn't. It's just a little one. And some zinnias and some cosmos, and these seeds are ready to be saved here. Watch this. Isn't that cool? Some seeds, put those in a little bag and plant them next year. We'll have some more. They're really pretty. Nice. The seed head. Whoop, that was a little bright there. Yep. Let's kind of wind around this way. See what else there's going on in here. These are really cool. I grew these one time, like planted them in like 2004, 2005-ish. They've never gone away. They just pop up somewhere else every year. Good thing I like them. Let's see, now in here, there's some gourds in here. There's one right there. There's more than that though. That's just an example of one that's in there. Some more are back in there. They're not as big as other years when I grew them, but hey, I'm not complaining. There's another one. And you can see evidence of lack of water back here. This area gets pounded with sun and it dries up. These hardy weeds though are not having any problem with the conditions. Got some kale here. It's coming up amidst some of this stuff. It's nice. So I guess when we get some cold weather and this stuff dies back, we'll have the kale still be there, right? Maybe. We'll see. It's nice. Mexican sunflowers. If you don't grow those, super easy to grow. Takes a little while for them to get tall. And they put out these pretty orange flowers. Is that one of those things my wife said was a false bee or something? No, that one. See if we can zoom in on it. Let's before it flies off. Yeah. No, that's not what I was thinking. But anyway, there are some of those out here. This is a marigold. About to go to town here on some of these here. Marigolds. So I scattered a bunch of seeds in here trying to get some different kinds of flowers going. Had some success. It's really nice. That color. Pretty. Some seed heads forming. Have some seeds for next year, right? Or we'll leave some for the birds. So let's walk around this way and check the peppers. These are long red cayennes forming in here. Here's a long one. There's some super marzanos down here. A little cluster of them in here. Waiting for these to ripen up. Be good. And then the pepperoncinis are in here. There's a whole bunch of them on there. These will be ready to do something with pretty soon here. Let's see what else we got going on. Some different kinds of zinnias in here. A little different than the other ones you've seen, like this one that I'm growing. Pretty cool. And another purple. Some kale down in here and some different peppers and some felt pots. Felt pots work really well for peppers if you can keep them watered. Dry out pretty quick. Got some asparagus in here. The corn didn't do so hot this year. It was small, and then what did come in, the critters ate. I'm thinking about clearing this ground and run the onions, some rows in here for some onions back up this way. Just clear all this mess out and get it going. So we, tripped over something there. I put some onion seeds in some of these flats, different ones. It's a Texas. Nothing's coming up really yet, but pretty soon. It's been almost a week. That celery. That's pretty much a lap around almost here. That's a few tomatoes here. This thing fell over. But still putting a few tomatoes out, so we'll grab those for sure. Some little ones on this one. So we're moving into the final stages of summer. Just some thoughts about the garden this year. The onions started off, they were smaller than expected. The potatoes are good, especially the Yukons. The tomatoes, we got a good first pick, and then disease really took a hold of the main area out here. The Dutch buckets did pretty well. The Big Beef outproduced the Super Steak for sure in the side-by-side comparisons. Pumpkin didn't do well in the system. The cucumber that we grew in the system did really well. It's called Manny. Very productive. Not a lot of maintenance either, because it didn't send off side shoots all the time, and you were not here always having to prune it. You just come out and just pick and keep the reservoir topped off and maintained. With this little 6 bucket system, it's check it twice a week. That was sufficient. I see people with many more buckets, but they've got a small reservoir like this, like less than 30 gallons, and they gotta check that thing every day. I'm not really looking for that kind of to do it that much, so a couple of times a week works. I was worried about reservoir temperatures this year. We had some days in the high 90s consecutive. The water temperature with this setup when checked was around 79. I've covered it with styrofoam, the reservoir, painted the top of it white underneath too. One problem I am having is with mosquitoes. We have bad mosquitoes here already as it is, so they're getting through this media somehow. There must be some ways they're getting in, because if you take the lid off this bucket, there'll be some mosquitoes in there. I mean, there is there's one buzzing right there, as a matter of fact, but they must be getting a way in there, so I'm going to have to improve that. Maybe do something different to keep them out. Maybe put more pebbles in next year. I don't know. Maybe double the liner that I have, the little paint strainer things. But planning on just sticking with 6 buckets, not really going up anything major, and do that. And then the other big change I think I'm going to do next year is do rows instead of this jungle that's out here now, and try to get it a little more under control, because the weeds really difficult to manage the way I chose to do it, which is probably not the best way. At any rate, I love all this stuff, so I enjoy it thoroughly, and I plan on doing some hydroponic stuff over the winter in my 2x2. Maybe some small lettuce, maybe some miniature tomatoes, stuff like that. stuff to do during the winter, and then we'll do some stuff in the garage. We'll just take the citrus plants back in the garage and we'll overwinter them. Let's take a look at them and see what's going on. So they look okay. There's some new growth on them. It's kind of noisy over here. I'm going to step away. Oh, gang, we're going to wrap it up and say God bless to all you. We'll see you next time.